In a small village called Mabanta in Sierra Leone, there lived a young girl named Fatu. She was just 17 years old and lived with her mother in a small mud house with a thatched roof. Fatu's father died when she was only 5, and since then, her mother sold bananas and groundnuts to feed them. Fatu was a quiet girl. She liked to fetch water from the stream, help her mother cook cassava leaves, and sit under the mango tree to watch birds fly. But deep in her heart, Fatu had a big dream. She wanted to go to school and become a nurse one day. One morning, Fatu's mother came back from the market with a sad face. She sat Fatu down and said, "My daughter, I have something to tell you. An old friend of your father came to see me. He wants you to marry his nephew. We have no money, and I cannot take care of you any more." Fatu's eyes filled with tears. "Mama, I don't want to marry now. I want to go to school." Her mother wiped her tears and said, "I know, my child, but this is the only way I can make sure you eat and have a roof over your head." A week later, Fatu was married to a young man named Pa Al-Haji. He lived in the same village and wore old clothes. He worked on people's farms and sometimes helped build houses. Everyone thought he was just a poor laborer with nothing. Fatu cried on her wedding night, but her mother told her, "Be strong, my daughter. Life is full of surprises." Pa Al-Haji was kind. He cooked for Fatu, helped her wash clothes, and never shouted. Still, Fatu felt trapped. She didn't love him, and she missed her dreams. 3 months passed. One evening, while sitting outside with a small lamp, Fatu told Pa Al-Haji, "I wish my life was different." Pa Al-Haji looked at her and smiled. "One day you will smile again. You just don't know what tomorrow holds." That same month, Fatu found out she was pregnant. She was scared, but also a little happy. Maybe the baby would bring some joy into her life. She began to feel closer to Pa Al-Haji. He was so gentle with her, bringing her mangoes and laughing at her jokes. Then one rainy night, something terrible happened. Pa Al-Haji went out to help a neighbor whose roof was leaking. While fixing the roof, he slipped and fell. People ran to help, but it was too late. Pa Al-Haji was dead. Fatu cried until her eyes were red. She was now a widow, alone, pregnant, and broken. But the next morning, something strange happened. A big black jeep came to the village and stopped in front of Fatu's house. A tall man in a fine suit stepped out. He looked around and said, "Where is my brother's wife?" Fatu stood there in shock. The man in the fine suit stepped closer and held out a small brown envelope. "My name is Sori, and I am Pa Al-Haji's elder brother," he said softly. "He told me everything about you. He made me promise that if anything happened to him, I should come and take care of you and the baby." Fatu took the envelope with shaky hands and opened it. Inside were papers and a letter from Pa Al-Haji. Her eyes widened as she read, "My dear Fatu, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer alive. I am sorry I didn't tell you the truth. I was never a poor man. I hid my wealth because I wanted someone to love me for who I am, not for my money. I own land, houses, and a company in Freetown. Sori will help you. He is like a father to me. Please take care of our child. With love, your husband, Pa Al-Haji." Fatu dropped the letter. The villagers gasped. Old Mama Mariama clapped her hands together and said, "Ah, so the poor farmer was a rich man all this time." Sori smiled. "Yes. Pa Al-Haji was a billionaire. He lived a simple life because he believed in honesty, love, and kindness. Now, Fatu, you and your child will have everything. A house in Freetown, money for school, and a better life." Fatu couldn't believe it. The man she had once cried over marrying was the very person who had changed her life forever. 3 months later, Fatu moved to Freetown. Her house was big and beautiful, with a green garden and a blue gate. She gave birth to a baby boy and named him Al-Haji Jr. She went back to school and began studying to become a nurse, just like she always dreamed. Every evening, she would sit by the window and talk to her baby about his father, the man who lived humbly but loved deeply. Years passed. Fatu finished nursing school and opened a small clinic in Mabanta village. She helped sick children, pregnant mothers, and old people for free. She became known as Nurse Fatu. The heart of Mabanta. People still told her story in the village, how a poor girl married a poor man, not knowing he was a secret billionaire, and how that love turned into a beautiful life.